in the physics lecture. I am Ryoga ma'am from physics department. We are studying lesson number 9, current electricity. In last session we have studied some basic terms of electrical network, that is junction, loop and branch. We have also seen Kirchhoff's first law, that is current law or junction law, and its sign convention. Now in this session we are going to discuss about Kirchhoff's second law, that is voltage law. Now the statement is the algebraic sum of the potential differences, that is nothing but the product of current and resistance, and the electromotive force, that is EMF, in closed loop is 0. Okay. The algebraic sum of the potential differences. We know that potential difference, that is nothing but the V is equal to I into R. And the electromotive force, we have also seen the electromotive force E. It is nothing but the work done per unit charge. Okay. So the algebraic sum of the potential differences and the electromotive force in closed loop is 0. Okay. So mathematically it is given by summation IR, that is algebraic sum of potential difference and the sum of electromotive force, that is summation E, is equal to 0. Okay. This is the notation of electromotive force E. Okay. So summation IR plus summation E is equal to 0. Now the sign convention of voltage law. So the first sign convention, potential difference is negative. Now for this sign convention, consider this figure. So there are two loops. First loop is A, B, F, G, A, and second loop is B, F, D, C, B. Okay. So here R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5 resistance. E1 is the EMF of first cell, E2 is the EMF of second cell. And I1 is a current flowing through resistance R1, I3 is a current flowing through resistance R5, and again I1 is a current flowing through resistance R3. Now this second loop, I2 is a current flowing through resistance R2, I3 is a current resistance through R5, and here again I2 is a current flowing through resistance R4. Now first sign convention, potential difference is negative if we travel along the conventional current. That means if we are travel along the direction of conventional current. Okay. That means the direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same, then potential difference V, it is nothing but the negative. Okay. It is considered as negative because if we travel along the direction of conventional current, that means the current I1 is flowing from A to B and we are tracing the loop from A to B, B to F, F to G and G to A. That means direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same. That means here V, that is potential difference, it is considered to be negative. Okay. And if the loop is traced against the direction of conventional current, that means now current is flowing from A to B. But if we trace the loop from B to A, that means our travelling path is opposite to direction of conventional current. That time potential difference is positive. So this is the second sign convention. If the loop is traced against the direction of conventional current, then the potential difference is positive. Okay. Now third sign convention, EMF is positive. If we trace from negative terminal of the source to positive terminal of the source, then EMF of the loop is positive. Okay. Remember, when we trace from negative terminal of the source to positive terminal of the source, then EMF of that loop is positive. And the fourth sign convention, EMF is negative. If we trace the source from positive to negative, then EMF of the source is negative. Okay. Don't confuse. Remember that first sign convention, potential difference is negative when the direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same. If our traveling path is opposite to direction of conventional current, then potential difference is positive. And for these two sign convention, if we are tracing the EMF or source from negative to positive, then EMF is positive. Okay. And if we tracing the source from positive to negative, then the EMF is negative. Okay. So these are the sign convention of voltage law. Now applying this sign convention to this diagram. So applying sign convention for loop A, B, F, G, A. Now according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, summation IR plus summation E is equal to 0. Okay. So for this loop, now V is equal to IR, that means here we get, if we are traveling from A to B, we get V is equal to I1 R1. Okay. Now current is flowing from A to B. We are tracing the loop from A to B, that means potential difference is negative. So here we get the first term minus I1 R1. Okay, clear? Now second, now we are tracing the loop from B to F. Okay, and current is flowing also from B to F. Similarly, I3 R5 is also negative. Okay, because both the directions are same. So minus I3 R5. Now we are tracing the loop from F to G, and current is also flowing from F to G. So again we get minus I1 R3. Okay, so we get minus I1 R3. Now in case of source or EMF, now we are tracing the source from negative to positive. If we trace the source from negative to positive, in that case we get EMF is positive, so we get plus E1 is equal to 0. Okay, clear? So from this equation we can write E1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I3 R5 plus I1 R3. Okay, so by rearranging the term we get the EMF E1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I3 R5 plus I1 R3. Now similarly for second loop B, F, D, C, B. Okay. Now we are tracing the loop from B to F. Okay. And direction of conventional current is also B to F. So we get minus I3 R5. Okay. Minus I3 R5. Now we are travel from F to D. Okay. And the direction of conventional current is also from F to D. So we get minus I2 R4. Okay. Second term is minus I2 R4. And now we are tracing from C to B. And direction of conventional current is also C to B. So we get minus I2 R2. Okay. And the last term, that is EMF of the source. Now we are tracing the loop from D to C. That means from negative terminal to positive terminal. That means EMF of the source is positive. So we get plus E2 is equal to 0. So we get the equation minus I3 R5 minus I2 R4 minus I2 R2 plus E2 is equal to 0. And by rearranging the term, E2 is equal to I2 R2 plus I3 R5 plus I2 R4. Okay. So this is the sign convention of voltage law. So we can say that in Kirchhoff's voltage law there is a conservation of energy. So energy is conserved. Okay. Now we will solve one example based on this Kirchhoff's voltage law. So the example is two batteries of 7 volt and 13 volt with internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively are connected in parallel with resistance of 12 ohm. Find the current through each branch and potential difference across 12 ohm resistance. Okay. So we have to find current through each branch and potential difference across 12 ohm resistance. Now the given things are two batteries of 7 volt and 13 volt with internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively. And these two batteries are connected in parallel with resistance of 12 ohm. Now this capital R is the external resistance of the circuit and this small r is the internal resistance of the battery. Okay. Now in this example we will use Kirchhoff's voltage law. So according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, okay, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, now consider the loop A, E, F, B, A. Okay, consider the loop A, E, F, B, A. Now applying sign convention to this loop, we get the equation. Now we are tracing the loop from A to E. Here no resistance is connected. From E to F, we get V is equal to I into R. Okay. Now the current flowing through resistance is I1 plus I2 and resistance R is equal to 12 ohm. So we get V is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2. But the direction of this conventional current is from E to F and we are tracing the loop from E to F. That means both the directions are same. So this potential difference V is considered to be negative. So we get the term minus of 12 into I1 plus I2. Now we are tracing the loop from F to B. Again here no resistance is connected. And from B to A we get the term V is equal to I into R, that is 1I1. Okay. But again here the direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same, that is from B to A. So V is considered to be negative, that is minus 1I1. Okay. So here we get minus 1I1. Okay. Now the EMF of the battery. Consider this battery. Now we are tracing the loop from B to A, that is from negative terminal of the battery to positive terminal of the battery. Okay. And according to third sign convention, when we trace the battery from negative to positive terminal, then EMF of the battery is considered to be positive. So here we get plus 7 volt. Okay. So here we get plus 7 is equal to 0. Now by rearranging the term, we can write this equation as plus 7 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 minus 1I1. Sorry, here plus 1I1 and this is your equation number 1. Okay, by rearranging the term, we get 7 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 and here this minus becomes plus 1I1. Now consider this second loop, that is C, E, F, D, C. Okay, consider this loop C, E, F, D, C. Now applying sign convention to this loop, now we are tracing the loop from C to E. Here no resistance is connected. From E to F we get 12 into I1 plus I2 and the direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same, that is from E to F. So we get minus of 12 into I1 plus I2. Okay. So first term is minus of 12 into I1 plus I2. Now second term is we are tracing the loop from F to D. Here no resistance is connected. And from D to C we get 2I2. And similarly here also the potential difference V is considered to be negative because the direction of conventional current and our travelling path are same, that is from D to C. So here second term is minus 2I2. Okay. So here we get minus of 2I2. And the EMF of the battery. Now we are tracing this source or the battery from negative to positive terminal. So this EMF of the battery is considered to be positive, that is plus 13 volt. Okay. So here we get plus 13 is equal to 0. And by rearranging the term we can write 13 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 plus 2I2 and this is equation number 2. Okay, so for the loop C, E, F, D, C we get the equation 13 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 plus 2I2. Now subtract this equation 1 from equation 2, we get, subtract equation 1 from equation 2, we get, now equation 2 is 13 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 plus 2I2, and equation 1 is 7 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 plus 1I1. So subtract this equation 1 from equation 2, we get, now 13 minus 7 is equal to 6. Now here this 12 into I1 plus I2 and here 12 into I1 plus I2. So this term get cancelled and here we get 2I2 minus 1I1. Okay, so we get 2I2 minus 1I1. Now by rearranging the term, we can write I1 is equal to 2I2 minus 6. Okay, so here we get I1 is equal to 2I2 minus 6, and this is your equation number 3. Okay, so here we get I1 is equal to 2I2 minus 6. Now substitute value of I1 in equation number 2. Okay, substitute value of I1 in equation 2. In equation number 2 we get, what is equation number 2? 13 is equal to 12 into I1 plus I2 plus 2I2. Okay, so 13 is equal to 12 into, what is the value of I1? 2I2 minus 6. Okay, 2I2 minus 6. Now remaining terms are as it is, that is plus I2 and here plus 2I2. Okay, this is the value of I1, that is from equation number 3. So here we get 13 is equal to, now multiply by 12 to this whole bracket, we get 12 into 2, that is 24 I2. Now 12 into 6, that is minus 72, and 12 into I2, that is plus 12 I2, and here plus 2 I2. Okay, so by rearranging the term, we get 13. Now this minus 72, it becomes plus. So 13 plus 72 is equal to, here we get 24 I2 plus 12 I2 plus 2 I2. Okay, so we get 30 plus 72 is equal to 24 I2 plus 12 I2 plus 2 I2. Okay, now this 13 plus 72, that is 85, and here 24 plus 12 plus 2, now this 12 plus 2, that is 14, and 14 plus 24, that is 38. So here we get 85 is equal to 38 I2. Okay, so here we get 85 is equal to 38 I2. Okay, 85 is equal to 38 I2, hence I2 is equal to 85 divided by 38. Hence I2 is equal to 85 divided by 38, that means here it is something about 2.237, okay, ampere. So value of current I2 is equal to 2.237. Now substitute this value of I2. Substitute this value of I2 in equation number 3. What is equation number 3? I1 is equal to 2I2 minus 6. So substitute this value of I2 in equation 3. Equation 3 is I1 is equal to 2I2 minus 6. Hence I1 is equal to 2 into I2. Value of I2 is 2.237 minus 6. Okay. Hence I1 is equal to 2 into 2.237. That is, here we get 4.472. Okay, and minus 6. Hence I1 is equal to 4.472 minus 6. That means here we get minus 1.526 ampere. Okay, 4.472 minus 6. So here we get I1 is equal to minus 1.526 ampere, and this is the value of current I1. Okay. Now we have to find the total current flowing through the circuit. So total current I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay. Hence I is equal to, value of I1 is minus 1.526 plus I2 is 2.237. Okay, 2.237. So total current I is equal to minus 1.526 plus 2.237. So here we get 0.711 ampere. So this is the total current flowing through the circuit. Now we have to find the potential difference across 12 ohm resistance. So potential difference V is equal to, hence V is equal to I into R. Hence V is equal to, the total current is 0.711 into resistance R is 12 ohm. So potential difference V is equal to 0.711 into 12. So here we get 8.532 volt. Okay, so here we get 8.532 volt. So this is the potential difference in 12 ohm resistance. Okay, so this is the potential difference across 12 ohm resistance. So we get the value of I1, I2, total current I, and the potential difference V.